Hey there, good morning. Today is a super exciting day for me because I'm actually going to go get my COVID vaccine. So I'm super excited. It came up super last minute. A couple days ago, the county announced that they were going to let people in the education sector, so teachers and staff who work at schools, get the vaccine, along with people that work in food and agriculture and some other priority groups. And I actually work for UCLA Extension, so I fall into the category of an education worker, and I'm super excited. I'm getting the Moderna vaccine at a local CVS. So yeah, I'm about to drive over there. I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes, and if I end up having any side effects. I'm hoping that it's not too bad. I've had a couple of friends who've already had it and they said it wasn't terrible. So we're just gonna hope for the best. And yeah, I know this is such a weird personal thing for so many people, and thinking about getting it now, for a long time it felt like so impossible, and now that it is possible, I get why some people are really scared to do it, because it is scary and it's new. And yeah, so I really empathize with people that maybe are afraid to get it or want to wait a while, but I'm excited. I'm hoping that this will mark a new step in progress towards getting rid of this pandemic, or at least recovering a little bit. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated.
Hey guys, so it's actually 2 days later now, and I had a really good experience with the first shot. I actually just wanted to update you guys. I did not have really any side effects. The arm that it was injected to was really stiff and sore for about a day and a half, but by 2 days later, I have absolutely no pain in that arm anymore, and I didn't have any issues at all. I didn't have a fever or headache or muscle aches, any of that they say sometimes comes with getting the shot, although they do say that the second dose is usually a little bit worse as far as side effects go. So I'm hoping mine isn't too bad. Mine is in about 4 weeks, so I'm super excited to get it, and I'm just so thankful that I was able to. I do have a little bit of guilt about just feeling like there are people that need it more than me, and I've gotten it before them, and I know I'm in a super unique situation because I feel like Los Angeles County and California in general is kind of ahead of the curve. Like, I know my dad is a college teacher in Oregon, and he's not going to be getting it until May 1st at the earliest, just because that's how other states are sort of prioritizing people into groups. But I got super lucky, and the university sent out an email saying people just should take the shot as soon as they can get an appointment, and the more people that can get it, the better for our society as a whole. So overall, I'm super happy about it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience, just because I think it would be interesting. And I know before I went and got mine, I wanted to hear as many people's experiences as I could. So basically, I scheduled my appointment through CVS, and I found, obviously this is going to be different in all different states depending on their system, but at least in California, we have a government website called My Turn where they notify you when you're eligible for your appointment. And so there is both that government website that you can schedule your appointments through, and through them you can go to major vaccination sites. Like for us, they have a vaccination site in Dodger Stadium, and down in Orange County they have one at Disneyland. So large scale drive-through sites. And then through like CVS's and Rite Aid's, you can schedule small scale walk-in appointments to get them. And I actually have found that at this point is a little bit easier. As somebody who is looking at both ways of trying to get an appointment, I found that just trying to find a specific time for a walk-in appointment at CVS is what worked. And so basically I just walked up to the CVS at my appointment time. There was a couple of other people that had my same appointment time, and I waited in line outside the CVS for about 15 minutes, and then I waited inside about 15 minutes. They took my temperature, they took my ID and my insurance card, and then they had kind of in the back of the CVS, kind of janky, impromptu nurses station set up where a bunch of nurses were. And so once you had gotten the shot, they had you wait for 15 to 30 minutes and just sort of self-monitor your symptoms. They do that because if you happen to have an anaphylactic reaction, they want you to be nearby a medical professional, which I think is a really good idea. So they had basically just like metal folding chairs in the back of the CVS set up, and we all had to time ourselves and wait there for 15 minutes or so until we were sure that we weren't going to have any sort of severe immediate reaction, which sounds super scary. And as soon as they said that, I sort of had like heart palpitations because I'm just somebody who is already prone to anxiety, and I have had various health issues over the years, and so I'm very hyper aware of sensations in my body, and so the anxiety mixed with anticipating some sort of reaction made me feel like queasy and stuff just for a couple of minutes. But then I did some breathing exercises and I waited for 15 minutes and it was all totally okay, and I was able to drive home and I didn't have any side effects, so I got super lucky. But yeah, that's kind of what my experience looked like. I'm sure even within the state, but I'm sure all over the country and all over the world, vaccinations are going to look very different for different people. But in case you were curious, that's kind of how mine went. I just wanted to say that I totally understand why people get really nervous about the vaccine or feel uncomfortable about it. As the opportunity actually approached, I sat down with my boyfriend and we both kind of found that we had some hesitations about getting it, and I think that's totally natural. It's very new, and there's also so much vastly different information that we're getting from different sources, from word of mouth, from people in our families and our friend groups, and then just on the internet. I mean, there is so much different information about it, and some of it's really scary and some of it's not, and so it's kind of hard to parse out what's true and what's false. And you know, with something this new, I think a lot of people have been saying that it's experimental, and I get it. I totally do. And so we never thought that we would be the kind of people that would hesitate, and yet my boyfriend and I kind of had to have a long conversation discussing like the rationality behind it and some of the science behind it, and we had to look up a couple of different articles and just inform ourselves. So I would say if you are hesitant a little bit, and even if you're not, I recommend looking up as much information as you can and seeing differing viewpoints and making sure that it's the right decision for you. However, with that being said, I am an advocate for it, and I do think that overall it is generally going to be best for the most amount of people in protecting us against this virus. We don't really know that much about the variants yet, but we just gotta hope for the best, I think, at this point. I hope this helps. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye.